Thank you for watching the Shakama Live Show with your host, Shakama. And these are results that I love to see. I'm hoping that this will sweep the nation. Speaker Straus, the biggest loser in House primary races, while the three Tea Party incumbents who were being challenged by establishment politicians won big, liberal-leaning Republican closest to House Speaker Joe Straus lost in race after race after race this week. Defeated Straus incumbent include State Rep Lance Gooden in House District 4, Diane Patrick in HD94, Linda Harper-Brown in HD105, Bennett Ratliff in HD 115, and Ralph Sheffield in HD 55. Straus, Lieutenant Jim Keffer of HD60 did manage to hold on to his seat, but only after spending more than $750,000 and losing in the population center of the district. The key defensive races in the Texas House were those of State Reps Charlie Perry of Lubbock, Jonathan Stickland of Bedford, and Matt Schaefer of Tyler. All three were heavily challenged by big-monied, Austin-based lobby interests. Their win margins range from Perry's 75% to Schaefer's 61%. Elizabeth Grant of Texas Right to Life said that her group's top priority was seeing the re-election of the three conservative incumbents. We are pleased that voters have rejected moderate and trusted Texas Right to Life's recommendations on who the true pro-life leaders are in the state, she told Breitbart, Texas. Stickland and Schaefer were the biggest targets of the Austin political establishment. Along with other Austin-based lobby organizations, the Texas Association of Realtors spent heavily and unsuccessfully seeking to unseat both of the conservatives on behalf of the Straus leadership team. Stickland won with 65% of the vote, while Schaefer earned 61%. In open seat races, conservatives saw wins on both sides of the state, and Galveston's county insurance agent Wayne Fairclough beat establishment-backed Bob Center 66% to 34%. In the Republican stronghold of Montgomery County, Mark Keogh beat Bruce Tuff by 14 points. Meanwhile, Odessa Republican Brooks Landgraf beat Austin Keith 58 to 41%. In House District 4, Stuart Spitzer defied the odds by beating Gooden 51% to 49% in a rematch from 2012. Most of the state's conservative groups have stayed out of the race despite Gooden being a close ally of Straus. Stuart Spitzer is proof that hard work and determination really wins the day, said Tony McDonald, the General Counsel for Texas for Fiscal Responsibility. He understood that conservatives win when they don't give up or take a pass. Texas Right to Life had strongly supported Molly White's challenge to Sheffield in Central Texas HD 55. Sheffield had been a prominent supporter of Straus and had received endorsement from Texas Alliance for Life and other establishment-friendly entities. Distinguished Army veteran Tony Tenderholt had the biggest margin of victory for a conservative challenger by defeating liberal-leaning Diane Patrick by an 11-point margin in Tarrant County HD 94. The biggest challenger win of the night went to Gary Van Dever over second-term Rep George Lavender of Texarkana. The incumbent refused to oppose Straus and carried a value-added tax scheme favored by failed comptroller candidate Deborah Medina. He never connected with the conservatives while often seeming to stand close to Speaker Straus. So this goes to show you that you can beat the incumbents, that you can beat the establishment. It doesn't take $750,000 to do so. All of these races prove that it can be done. I want this to sweep the nation. Now, here is something that this article does not talk about, and that is Texas is a target of the Democratic Party, point blank. They are trying to unseat as many Republicans as they can, and they're trying to, if not, put in rhinos at every opportunity. These are the what you call neocons, the neoconservatives, who are actually Democrats who switch party. And they do this on purpose to change the Republican Party. The Republican Party is nowhere near what it was during Lincoln's time, when its platform was the freedom of men, including the Negro man. It was the party of black people long ago, not too long ago, only about 50 years ago, and every black person on the planet in the United States was a Republican. So the Republican Party has left its roots and has turned into something caused by the Democrats. I say the party for black people today is the Libertarian Party, bar none. It's talking about freedom, that's what we want. It's talking about being left alone, that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. And capitalism, free market capitalism, so that the government does not interfere. What more could a black man ask for than free market capitalism? It has been the single best thing in the United States for the freed slaves and for the free men who came here free and made successful lives for their families and their children and their children's children and their descendants. For black people, free market has been the best thing to pull us up by the bootstraps, if you will. So this is just an example of of things to come. In Florida, the Florida races are also panning out the very same way. Thank you, Texas. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show. Please share my video on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.